So, I want to just talk about my journey of being a recovered people pleaser. So, we all know what a people pleaser is. That's someone who wants everyone to be happy, and that's someone who's always trying to please people. And they're always trying to please people at the detriment of their own happiness, at the detriment of their own boundaries, at the detriment of their own comfortability. This can be a learned behavior. This can be a response to events or, anything in that person's life. It just depends. But at the end of the day, a people pleaser is what I was. I didn't want to rock the boat. I didn't want anyone to be angry. I wanted there to be homeostasis created around me, and therefore I tried to please everyone. But as a people pleaser, we all know that this is not realistic. This will never happen. Someone's always going to be angry, someone's always going to be hurt, and you will never be enough for everybody, or nothing will ever be good enough for every single person. So that's why people pleasing is unrealistic and is really, really unhealthy. So as far as with me, a lot of my people pleasing manifested in a lot of toxic friendships and the toxic relationships, which I really did not realize were toxic until stuff came to a head, until I started doing a lot of personal reflection and paying attention and seeing what was going on around me. So basically, this like personal introspection kind of started about 3 years ago, and that's when I started basically like losing a lot of people in my life, as far as like friendships, relationships, things of that nature, and asked me if I care, right? So basically, with one of the major things that I started doing that basically kind of stopped this unhealthy cycle of people pleasing is having personal boundaries. I stopped allowing people to call me anytime. I stopped allowing people to throw their problems on me. I stopped allowing people to talk to me any kind of way. There are a lot of people in my life who felt the need to try to yell, to try to catch attitudes, to try to blame me for stuff. So I stopped that. For example, I had a friend who used to always take her emotions out on me. She wanted to, whenever she wanted to get mad, she wanted to yell, she wanted to scream. Now, she didn't curse at me, but she wanted to have a lot of different attitudes. So I created that boundary. I let her know, listen, you're not about to talk to me like that. You're not about to disrespect me. You're not about to do that to me. It doesn't matter how you feel. I'm not going to bow down. I'm not going to be quiet. And I'm not going to accept that abuse to let you talk to me any kind of way. So what did that person do? They walked away. Okay, that's just fine. Because at the end of the day, once you start setting boundaries and letting these people know, listen, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to deal with me like that. You're not going to do me any kind of way, and not really giving a F about how they feel about it. Those type of people are going to exit your life. They're going to exit stage left, and they're not about to play with you. Another thing that I used to let slide as far as with people pleasing was these little jokes that these people, like people around you, like to do. Now, jokes to me always have a level of truth behind them. So whenever you feel like you see people trying to play with you, trying to talk down to you, trying to read you, let them people know real fast, real quick. Let them know what it is. Do not let nobody play in your face. Do not let nobody talk to you any kind of way. Do not let nobody sneak dish you. I had a few people in the past around me who love to try to point out, my weaknesses. They like to point out what I wasn't doing right. They like to point out personality flaws, stuff like that. And my whole thing was, I never really, we talk about it, but I never really checked them about it. I never really told them about their issues. And I never really let them know, listen, don't point out any of my weaknesses, because what you're not about to do is be around me and be trying to tell me what's wrong with me, right? When you have issues, when you need to fix what you got going on and stuff like that. And then the whole joke thing. When people like to sneak dish you like, oh, you're ditzy, a lot of people would love to do the whole ditzy thing with me because I'm real silly, I'm real funny, I'm real goofy, and I like to play around because I always want everybody to be happy and good spirits around me. So it was a lot of joking with me, but people love to call me ditzy. People love to call me clueless. People love to tell me, oh, you're too nice. Oh, you need to change. You need to do this. You need to do that. You know what I'm saying? I had guys around me who were trying to tell me how to dress, how to present myself, how to do this, how to do that. And I actually, like back then, would try to adjust to what people wanted, but that was to make them happy. But what about me? You know what I'm saying? My feelings matter. My feelings were valid. And the way I rolled, the way I did stuff, there was nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with that. So those type of people who like to do that, let them walk on by. Because when I started standing up for myself, standing up to these people whom are bullies, they started walking away. And that's just right. Bye, see you. Don't let the door hit you where you split, right? All that. Because at the end of the day, the world is full of bullies. They're full of narcissists. And the same people who you feel like you're pleasing, who you feel like you're creating just like a balance, a healthy balance, to try not to headbutt and get into with these people, don't do that. If somebody offends you, you let them know. If somebody's stepping on your toes, you let them know. If somebody is not respecting your boundaries and your limitations, you let them know. Because those same people, if those people walk away, if those people don't want to respect you and don't want to respect your boundaries, those people are not your friends. They're not meant to be in your life. At the end of the day, when I started seeing a lot of these negative people leaving out of my life, what happened was a lot of good people were coming into my life. A lot of good energy was coming into my life. And these same people were respecting my boundaries. They're respecting my mind. They were respecting my feelings. They were respecting my actions, and they knew how to act accordingly. So don't be afraid to let people know, no, I'm not taking this. No, you're not about to talk to me like this. Talk to me any kind of way. No, you're not about to make some little jokes about me. No, you're not about to play in my face. No, you're not about to put all your stuff on top of me. And it's okay to create boundaries with people. Let people know how you want to be talked to. Let people know how you roll. Let people know, okay, this is a non-negotiable. This is a non-factor. And this is all levels. This is family. This is friends. This is relationships. This is children. If y'all have children, people need to learn to stop trying to please other people, stop trying to be people pleasers, and please themselves, and let people know from the door, this is how I'm doing stuff. And if they don't like it, oh well, F them, let them go, let them walk off, because they weren't there for good reasons to begin with. At the end of the day, as long as I'm happy, as long as I'm taken care of, as long as I'm doing what I have to do for myself, I don't have to please anyone, I don't have to answer to anyone. I'm doing what I have to do, paying my own bills. I'm independent. I'm doing what I have to do for myself. So I don't need the acceptance, the validation, or anything from anybody else. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to let you do what you have to do. We can have fun. We can play all day. But at the end of the day, what you're going to do is going to respect my boundaries, and you're going to respect me. And if people did more of that, then we really wouldn't have a lot of the issues that we have. People wouldn't have all the arguments that they have. If people could effectively communicate, this is how I want stuff, this is how I am, and this is how you're going to treat me, baby, like it will be bliss. It will be pure bliss. So that's my journey. That was my journey on how I went from a people pleaser to just being myself, unapologetically me, not dealing with mess, not dealing with BS from people. And the amount of peace, the amount of stress-freeness that if that's a word, that I have, come upon is so amazing. So these are some things that I've done. If you were dealing with this or have dealt with this, follow those instructions, because that's how you all can become free. And I have to deal with none of that BS, because half the time it's just BS and stuff that you don't even have to deal with, that you think you have to deal with, but you don't. All right, till next time, y'all have a good one.